He wants to know are the Warriors a threat in the West? I think they definitely are.
Yeah.
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 No, yeah.
With this team, I think they'll be even more dangerous when Klay comes back.
Yeah.
I really see them as really the only team except for Phoenix that can honestly, except for Phoenix that can really challenge the Lakers come playoff time.
Man, I'm scared of them. The Flash brothers, I think people forgot how lethal they are.
And also like we don't talk about their defense too. Like you think about who they picked up, Moses Moody and Jonathon Kuminga were, two guys a lot of people talked about with the draft, with their not only their offensive ability and their skill set, but their ability to defend, and also going back and getting Andre Igoudala. So I honestly think the Warriors are gonna. I mean, defensively this year they were pretty damn good too. So I honestly think having JTA too, like he was a really highly coveted 3-and-D guy, not even highly coveted, but had a great season last year, showing his ability as a 3-and-D guy. Bringing in Otto Porter Jr., which was, I think I mentioned, one of the more underrated pickups of the offseason. So you talk about what they have offensively, but defensively, they're just going to be amazing. I think James Wiseman is going to take massive strides defensively as well, where he kind of had a lot to work from on that end last season. So no, they're definitely like, I'm probably putting them at number 2 behind the Lakers. I think I favor them to get to the finals relative to like a Phoenix, where Phoenix made it last year, so I'm a big Warriors fan for next season. I think they have a lot of amazing pieces. Hopefully if they're able to stay healthy throughout the entirety of the season, especially after getting Klay, they're able to make some noise. But no, I think they're going to be absolutely dangerous. They're going to be dangerous.
Yeah, for the Warriors fans out there, I don't think when Klay comes back, you are not going to have to worry about the play. You will be right there.
Yeah.
Don't worry about the play. No, y'all gonna be probably second, third seed, probably second. You never know. Could be one. You never know. People just all the best teams always got the best record, but still, be right there.
For sure, and also, too, I kind of we don't talk enough about the time that he took to develop, not even develop, but the time he took to rehab himself. Like I think it's been basically not even 2 seasons.
4 years.
2 years?
Yep.
Yeah. So
his last time he played was at 2019 finals.
That is true.
It's been 2 years.
Yeah, he hurt himself again. I think it was in practice he tore his ACL again.
Yeah. So he's been given sufficient amount of time to really to really rehab. And also too, like a lot of people were very critical of Golden State's medical staff too, because I think the Kevin Durant situation, how they handled that. But hopefully they're able to get it right with Klay. I think management of his minutes is going to be super, super important. Like I can definitely see him coming in. He's set to play on Christmas, right? So I can definitely see him coming in and then having a
25.
I can see him having a major minutes restriction. So we're not going to see a ton of them, from that like December to like maybe late January, phase. But I definitely think, when he's fully acclimated and he's been able to kind of have a sufficient amount of time, he's going to be absolutely dangerous. I think maybe I'd give him, what would you guys say Klay is going to average this season?
15, 17.
Yeah. I can see around that range. Carl, I can see around that range.
That's too low for me. I'm giving him 20, like at least 20 to 22. He's a shooter, bro. He doesn't rely on athleticism. So once he gets going,
that's true.
Shot is in. He's not known for athleticism. So he like KD. He don't got no problem. Even if he get a leg injury, he go step in right away. He go be getting bucket.
I think I agree with the 15, 17 because I do think, as I mentioned, that him I think there's going to be a minutes restriction, so that's obviously going to affect your average. So
he's not going to be playing 35 minutes.
Yeah, I know that, but I'm saying they're going to ramp it up sooner or later. I see him averaging more than 15.
But after January, you pretty much have like what? You got February, and then you have a little bit of March. So I think it'll be around, I'm giving like maybe 16 to 18, maybe. I don't think 20. I could be wrong, obviously, but
I mean, I could be too.
You never know, but I think like real I don't know. I'm looking at
it from the standpoint of how they handled KD when he came back from his torn Achilles. Mm-hmm. You see how Brooklyn just kind of slowly increased his minutes, but he was still like averaging like 23. I'm not saying Klay Thompson's Kevin Durant, but from a shooting standpoint, he is. So I'm just saying like the way they inclined his minutes, and he was still averaging 23 points and 23, 25, 26, and 27. Because you remember for a little bit, people tried to say Kevin Durant might be MVP. Remember that in the middle of the year?
Yeah.
Yeah, I was like, he didn't play enough games, but still, yeah. I think that's going to get him to 20.
Yeah,
maybe.
Yeah, I mean, my response to that is I think you acknowledge it. That's Kevin Durant. So
Yeah, but Klay Thompson is.
Yeah.
That's still KD, so you can't really.
Yeah. But no, I think he'll be just fine. But I think Golden State is more than a threat. I think they're going to be absolutely dangerous next season. And I do think they can give the Lakers 7. I love the Lakers, and I think the Lakers are the top dog right now. But I do think we're talking about just matching up. They can 100% give the Lakers a ton of problems with how good they are offensively, how good they are defensively as well. You talk about some of, so I think they're going to be just fine. I don't think there's anything to worry about if you're a Warriors fan. Only thing is health, because we've seen that screw them over the last couple of years. Like we remember the first year when KD was gone, Curry ends up getting hurt. After also Klay, obviously tore his ACL in that Raptors series. There was that season when we were freshmen in college, and then Curry. They remember they got that really bad start, and then Curry ended up getting hurt too. And that just screwed the whole season up. So.
They just said.
What do you say?
They just said shut it down after he got hurt.
They did. I remember that. Did you like break his hand or something too, or
somebody sat on his hand?
That's crazy. Because I feel like that freshman year, that was like 3 seasons ago with the bubble happening. It threw everything off.
Everything off.
It feel like the bubble season was 2 seasons, which it kind of was.
Yeah.
It threw
how long was the break in between? Dang,
like 4 months.
It was like 4 months because I think they got started. The finals didn't end until October, and I think they got started in either July or late July or August.
Or early August.
And we got sent home. The day we got sent home was the day the NBA shut down. So that was a that was an entire summer pretty much. That was more than an entire summer.
We were on spring break. I think I was on spring break. I don't know if you all were.
We were.
Yeah, it was still spring when they canceled it.
Yeah, it was like early spring. So that's really insane to think about. But all injuries aside, Golden State should be top 4 in the West. At absolute worst. So I think they're going to be just fine. And Dubs fans have nothing to worry about this upcoming season.
I don't want to see them win nothing, but
that's going to be a hell of a series. That's going to be a hell of a series. Lakers versus Warriors, if it happens.
With the Warriors won enough. They need to suffer.
First round exit.
They need to suffer.
The Warriors they've had their good amount of years where they can kind of learn their lesson with the KD thing. They've had about 2 seasons of being not bad.
But no, they need one more. They need one more.
Yeah, whatever.
They was like Blake said, they would dominate. They were dominating over them teams. They need one more season to just be bad.
Yeah.
I want to see.
You hating on Golden State for, Carl?
Oh, because they always used to beat the hell out of everybody.
But I think they're going to be just fine, and I think hopefully we can see Curry have another ridiculous season. A lot of people forget he was. If they would have gotten into the play-in, he probably would have been MVP last year. So not even in the play-in, but if they would have gotten to the playoffs, he probably would have been MVP. They're going to be. I think the Warriors are in perfect shape. They have a great mix of vets with young guys, and I think a lot of people also don't talk about how well they've been drafting over the last couple of years. Like they have drafted very, very well. They've gotten some very, very underrated picks. I know Blake's guy Jordan Poole. I think Steve Kerr mentioned he's going to be in the lineup a lot more, and there may be a situation early in the season where he's going to be their starting 2 guard. We saw what he had to bring to the table as a scorer. So he's going to continue to grow in that area. James Wiseman is going to continue to develop after a season where I don't even think he played half the games. I could be wrong about that.
He did. I don't think.
They got Kuminga too. I keep forgetting.
Yeah, Kuminga and Moody, and those 2 guys are gonna get time in that rotation, and Andre Igoudala. So they probably have the best mix of veteran presence with young guys. And it's not even just veteran guys who've been in the league for a long time. It's veteran guys with multiple championships. Draymond, Steph Curry, Klay Thompson, Andre Iguodala. Like these are older guys who have 3 rings at this point. So I think if you're a Warriors rookie these last couple of seasons, you're in a perfect situation. And Steve Kerr knows how to get you in a game and give you playing time. So I think Golden State's there's a lot of interesting narratives and storylines about Golden State, but they're going to be more than fine this upcoming season for sure.
Yeah, they might be running the possibility of going 8 deep in the playoffs instead of 7. They probably are gonna go 8.
And we've seen those Golden State teams go very, very deep, even in the finals.
Yeah. But like with this is way back. So I don't know if you have Barbosa, you had David Lee, you had Bogut that started occasionally sometimes, Iguodala, Harrison Barnes, that's 6.
Livingston.
Yeah. Yeah, they used to play 8 people.
Yeah, they used to go very deep. So I can definitely see that happening. You know, also depends on experience too, but I can definitely see them go that deep, especially when it comes down to the playoffs. So yeah, as I mentioned like 100 times, Golden State fans, you're going to be in very, very good shape this upcoming season, barring all injuries, and hopefully, prayerfully, there are no injuries at all. So yeah, great questions.